My husband fed me peanuts even though I am allergic, so I made him an amazing dinner as revenge. My husband is one of those people who believes that the power of the mind can combat anything, so much so that when my grandmother had cancer, he told her that instead of going to chemo, she should meditate and convince herself she isn't sick. I wouldn't mind it if he didn't push this ideology onto me, but he does, and our biggest problem has always been my peanut allergy. I am deathly allergic to peanuts and have been all my life, but he refuses to believe how severe it is, and many times has tried forcing me to do exposure therapy. I even took him to the doctors with me where he was told my allergy is so bad that exposure therapy could kill me, and still, he claimed he was right, and that the doctor was a brainwashed idiot. Well, yesterday he took it upon himself to prove that exposure therapy can work. I came home from work and he surprised me with a batch of homemade cookies. I was confused at first and asked him why he made them since he is lactose intolerant, but he said it was a surprise for me. I excitedly kissed him, but before taking a bite I asked for the ingredients. He told me they were just normal cookies, then got me to smell one. I did and thought they smelled strange, but I didn't say anything. My husband then broke off an absolutely tiny piece and started inspecting it. He joked that he was just doing a quality check, then gave it to me. I ate the tiny piece and immediately started to feel hot. I broke into a sweat and my throat started to swell. I told my husband something was wrong, and when he saw me double over and grab my neck and chest, he called the ambulance. I went blue in the face and my body felt like it was on fire, but I mustered up the strength to yell at him to get the EpiPen. He did as I asked and used it on me, and I instantly felt myself start to regain the ability to breathe. I heaved air into my lungs, and thankfully the ambulance came quickly. I was discharged after a few hours and was more or less okay. Afterwards, I asked my husband to explain how that happened, and he started off by saying I shouldn't get mad. Turns out he put peanuts into the cookie, trace amounts, to start exposure therapy. He figured I would never agree to it myself, so he did it for me. I couldn't believe it. I yelled at him that I could have died. I called him irresponsible, stupid, and childish. I told him he's lucky I'm not pressing charges. He begged me to forgive him but still said that he was sorry for what happened but not for what he did. I said I needed space and went upstairs. I locked myself in the bedroom and cried for what felt like hours. I knew I was going to divorce him, but I also realized that I wanted to get back at him. I decided that for the next 24 hours, I would act like everything was fine and serve him an amazing meal. That was my revenge. I came out and said that I forgave him, that I thought about and that I let my peanut allergy control my life, that I ate trace amounts of peanuts and survived. I sweet-talked him into thinking it was all okay, and the next night I made him dinner. I prepared marinated chicken and homemade wholemeal bread as well as pasta. I told him this dinner was to celebrate our new start and me opening myself up to the power of the mind. He was so excited hearing this, and we finished our meal half an hour later. But then another 15 minutes went by and he started complaining that his stomach was sore. That's when I said, oh yeah, I marinated the chicken in buttermilk and the pasta was soaked in butter before I cooked it. I also put cheese sauce into the preparation. I know you're lactose intolerant, but this is exposure therapy. I did say I was willing to start it. He looked at me with a look of betrayal. Not even a minute later, he ran upstairs. He stayed in the toilet for over an hour, and as he was in there, I packed clothes for a few nights. I then drove to my sister's where I am currently staying. I have been here a few hours, and my soon-to-be ex-husband is bombarding me with calls ever since I sent a text saying I want a divorce.